This is Robert Kraft, and I'm coming to you live on SNN.Live, and we're at the Precious Metals Summit 2019 in Beaver Creek, Colorado. With me right now is Rob McEwen from McEwen Mining, publicly traded company. The symbol is MUX on both the TSX and the NYSE. Rob, welcome to SNN.Live.
Great to be here. Thank you, Bobby.
It's great to have you on. So for our audience, let's start off with an overview of McEwen Mining, and then we'll go from there.
All right. As you said, we're listed in New York and Toronto. We have 4 operations in a mine in Canada, just finished building one in Nevada, in Mexico, and Argentina. So we produce gold, silver, and we have large copper exposure.
So Rob, let's get a history of the company. When did you start, and how did you develop to where you're currently at today?
Let me talk about how I got into the mining industry. First, it was through the investment industry. After 18 years, I jumped into the mining industry, bought control of one company, and it called Goldcorp, and it grew from 50 million to 8 billion. I was the largest individual shareholder, and Fidelity was my largest shareholder. So I thought I'd like to see if I could do that again, because we were compounding at 31% a year, our share price. And I thought if I started small, maybe I could do it. And the purpose is really to fund some of our my wife and I's philanthropic exercises. So I bought into a little company it had a market cap of 8 million, traded OTC, and I bought a third of it, and then I merged it with a couple of other companies, and we ended up with property in 4 countries, producing gold, silver, and a large copper. So 22%. My investment in the company is 164 million. I take $1 a year, and no bonus, no salary. And I want to make money exactly the same way my shareholders do, and that is by a higher share price.
So what about the company would you say makes it unique, let's say even compared to some of your other successes that are out there?
What makes it unique? Well, definitely the insider ownership, and sort of the compensation of the CEO. I'm a chairman and chief owner. We're diversified, so we have multiple shots. We're diversified by geography, we're diversified by metal, so we're producing gold, silver. The copper we have is a very large deposit. It's about 30 billion pounds of copper. It's a pre-development stage at one point, but it's very long life. So according to Bloomberg, we have one of the highest betas in the gold industry, just around 3x. So if gold's going up, we're going up a little faster, and if gold's going down, well, look out, we go down faster. And I think it's just the sense of responsibility to the shareholders.
So tell me a little bit about the projects, the gold and silver projects as well. You mentioned the copper already, so tell me about those. Where are they located? Tell us a little bit about maybe the resource.
2 of our projects are in very well-known gold districts. One is in Nevada in the Cortez Trend. It's 25 miles south of Barrick's largest gold mine. On the same trend, it's northeastern Nevada. So this is a mine it had been producing in the 80s, and then we've brought it back to life, and it just came into production this year. So it's on trend. It has about a 7.5-year life as I know it. It's producing gold at about $850 an ounce, all in just over 900. And we're drilling to see if we can expand that resource base, what is called oxide ore, which you process by way of a heap leach. But we're also drilling for the large sulfide Carlin-style ore bodies, and that's where the real excitement comes in if we hit that. Because just 25 miles north is 50 million ounces of gold in Barrick's cluster of properties. Then we go up to Canada in northern Ontario, which is about an hour flight north of Toronto. There's an area in there called the Golden Highway. It's been producing gold for over 100 years. And we have 2 land packages there where we're drilling. We bought a property package that the previous owners had bought in 2014. Their all-in cost was $560 million, and we bought it for $35 million. So I like buying distress. So it's a bit of a make-work project, you can imagine. but it also has a great land package, and it's responding really well to exploration. And if you think of the mining industry, think of, well, technology spends a lot of money on R&D, research and development. Exploration is the research of the mining industry, and I've always been a big fan of that. When I was building Goldcorp, it was exploration that drove that story. We found a mile below surface a very rich ore body. It became one of the richest gold mines in the world. We were mining better than 2 ounces of gold per ton, which is quite a bit higher. So I'll tell you just a little bit about that mine. It was short life, had a history of difficult labor relations, and it was high cost. But it was right next door to a large profitable mine. Our mine had been starved of capital, and I said, let's put money into the ground. We found it. We ended up having a labor strike that stopped production for 46 months. But when the strike started, we were producing 50,000 ounces. When the strike ended, we'd torn down the mine, built a new mine, and we were producing not 50,000 ounces, but 500,000 ounces. And our cost of production went from $360 an ounce to $60 an ounce. So it was a 60-fold change in the economics of the mine. And the mine we have in Timmins reminds me a lot of that mine. It had been neglected, even though all that money was spent on it to buy it, it had been neglected exploration. And that's what we have to do more of.
So then from what you can tell me, what are some of the company's value catalysts now moving forward for the rest of 2019 into 2020?
Catalyst, well, one will be exploration. We have a big exploration program that's will be pushing out news all through the balance of this year. We have 3 satellite deposits where we're coming out with plans how we could bring those into production over the next 2-3 years. We have a mine in Mexico with a feasibility coming out at the end of this month. Our copper project in Argentina, we're building an access route that would give us 12-month rather than 5-month right now. And that's about it.
That's good.
You know, there are multiple avenues for upside.
Sure. So where can our audience go and find more information about McEwen Mining?
Well, they could go online to McEwenMining.com. They could go to the market and just look at MUX, our stock symbol. Or they could give us a call. We're happy to talk to them.
Perfect. My name is Robert Kraft, and I'm your host on this SNN Live. And we're at the Precious Metal Summit 2019 in Beaver Creek, Colorado. With me again is Rob McEwen from McEwen Mining, publicly traded company. The symbol is MUX on the TSX and the NYSE. Rob, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you, Bobby.